Hi there folks, here we are again, happy as can be, exposing NASA's fakery, as you can see. Now, what we're going to be looking at now in this video folks, this is going to be one of a series of videos where I'm going to be providing enormous amounts of evidence that a certain NASA LEM photo is 100% fake. Now, I've mentioned that I can spot at least 20 errors or signs of fakery in this photo. So to do one video exposing a lot of them, the video will be too long. And by exposing too many errors in the same video, all you get is the NASA nutcases picking and choosing what they want to comment on, what they want to sidestep, only comment on contentious issues, and afraid to comment on irrefutable evidence. So, we'll keep each video maybe just to one certain error at a time, so they can't do any chopping and choosing. Oh, and for the mentally insane nutters who can't beat my evidence and can only stoop to insults, derogatory remarks, and swearing, as you can see from the photo, I didn't get thrown out of the UK, I got dragged out of the UK by a beautiful lady. Okay folks, here's the photo we're going to be dealing with this series. AS14-66-9306. Now, I remember Marcus Allen saying that's the weirdest photo he has ever seen. The thing that sticks out like a sore thumb is the spotlight. All the NASA nutters thinks that's the sun. Well, one thing about these LEMs, they're supposed to have landed with their backs to the sun. So, this being the front of the LEM here, it's obvious you can see the light is at the front of it. For some reason, it's reflecting off the front, not the back. Now, there's so many errors in this photo, I can pick out at least 20. Now, what I've done in the past, I've proven that all the LEMs were one and the same. I'll do the videos again if they want me to. But I can show you loads of evidence proving that all the LEMs are one and the same. Now, what we'll tackle in this first of the series is this coming up. Okay folks, the first thing we'll deal with here is, despite this LEM being an Apollo 14 LEM, careful examination to the section just right of the ladder, you can distinctly see a rectangular door for exiting a rover. Now, according to NASA, the first rover they took was Apollo 15. So why have they got an exit door for a rover in Apollo 14? I'll give you a closer look at it. There you are folks. There you are. A section of that LEM cropped out to show you. You can distinctly see a rectangular door. Now, what that section there is where they're supposed to have removed a helium tank to put a rover in. And strangely enough, without that helium tank, the engine won't fire, so the lander could never land. Now folks, going back maybe about 15 years, there was a time when I questioned NASA regarding taking this rover to the moon. And others noticed as well. What people noticed was that rover was too big to go in that LEM. Now, I'm prepared to admit I wouldn't mind betting I was the first one to do thorough questioning to NASA regarding this large rover getting in that LEM. I'm going back a time when you had a NASA site And you could contact NASA, no problem. You could put any question to them, and within 24 hours you would get an answer coming back. So I decided to question NASA on this rover. I asked them, how on earth did you take that to the moon when it's too big to go inside the LEM? I got an answer back within 24 hours. And that answer was, it didn't go inside, it was slung underneath. Oh. I got back in touch with them. I said, excuse me, if it was slung underneath, wouldn't it have got burnt up and destroyed by the flame from the rocket engine of the LEM? 24 hours, I got another reply. It wasn't directly under the bell, the rocket engine. It was slung to one side. I got back in touch with them again. I asked them, excuse me, if it was slung to one side, wouldn't that make the LEM out of balance? And you know what, folks? I never got a reply after that. They wouldn't reply to any question. Now they changed their mind. They realized they had to do something. So they come up with this idea of a folding rover and putting inside. And as a mate of mine found out, to put inside there, they would have to remove a vital part of the LEM, which was the helium tank. Now, what we've got is nutters claiming that that section there where that door is not for taking the rover out, it's for other equipment. And one of those nutters is this idiot here, the mentally insane one big monkey. Yes, here he is, folks. The mentally insane chill working for NASA, now going by the name of One Big Monkey. His initial ID used to be Paul White. He couldn't stand that any longer because I branded him Paul the Pratt. Now, he states that is not the section for the rover. Well, let's take a look at some evidence to show what a mentally insane moron he is, shall we? Now, folks, the next photo coming up shows the Apollo 17 LEM. And you can see the rover exit door, and it's got the description in the photo. NASA's description telling you where the rover exit door is, folks. Let's take a look at it, shall we? There you are, folks. Here's NASA's own photo from the Lunar Surface Journal, AS17-140-21370. And as you can see from their description, the lunar rover door is on the right of the ladder. And I'll give you a better view of their description. I'll zoom it up a bit for you. There you are. I've enlarged the print for you there and just included the LRV deployment hardware to the right of the ladder, folks. There you are, folks. You've now got an Apollo 16 LEM. And as you can see from the text, NASA's own words, the lunar rover deployment gear is to the right of the ladder, the same position as the door on that Apollo 14 LEM, folks, proving 100% that that Apollo 14 LEM is fake because they never took a rover or never even mentioned taking a rover for Apollo 14, folks. Okay, folks, that's two pieces of evidence you've seen as to the position of the rover deployment door. Now I'll give you another one, another Apollo 16 photo, supposed to be the LEM in space. Take a look at it. Okay, take a look at this photo here, AS16-118-18894. Now this is supposed to be the Apollo 16 LEM flying in space, orbiting the moon. Now, the two yellow arrows are pointing to what appears to be two orange squares. According to NASA, they are the American flags, the small ones on the fenders of the rover, which is inside the LEM, behind this square door. The exact same position as the Apollo 17 one and the Apollo 14 one. Folks, proving what mentally insane idiots Cornelius Crew, Joan Evans, and Paul the Pratt and Phase 52 are. There you are, folks. There's a close cropped section of that Apollo 16 LEM. And just to the right of the ladder, you can see the two small flags, which are supposed to be peeking through the crack of the door, the end of the door, and they're supposed to be on the end, on the fenders of the rover. There you are, folks. There's your first piece of irrefutable evidence that that Apollo 14 LEM is fake. They never took a rover for Apollo 14. They never even considered it. So why is there a deployment door on it, folks? It's just because, as I told you all the LEMs were one and the same, as I've proven in the past. And I'll provide more evidence again to that as we go along. Well, what about that screwball screwy, Paul the Pratt, Brian Pop Robson, Joan Evans, Phase 52? What the hell are you going to say about that? Come on, Joan Evans, let's have you make a video proving that I am wrong on that rover deployment door. So that's where you are. I've been looking for you for the last 45 years. What the hell are you doing up there? Hello, Mama. Flamingos here, flamingos there. Flamingos every bloody way. Isn't that right, June?